Hello there, this is LEGO Dynasty, and today I'm bringing us my review of the LEGO Marvel logo. It is set number 76313, comes with 931 pieces, and is rated ages 12 and up. Now this set retails in the United States for $99.99, and in Canada for $129.99. Now without further ado, let's kick off this review, starting with the box. Now taking a look at the box, of course you can see the characters flying or bursting through the Marvel logo there, which looks awesome, as that is the main play functionality of the set. You have the 5 main Avengers. Sorry, Hawkeye, you're not included. So at the end of the day, that's okay. And as you can see, it looks pretty cool there. You have Captain America, Thor, Black Widow, Hulk, and Iron Man. And as you can see again, the main play functionality is shown on the back there. You have the Marvel logo, or the Avengers logo, sorry, at the bottom there, which is pretty awesome. Now take a look at the manual, and as it is a playset, not an 18+ set, there is no extra detail or information on the Marvel logo, which is quite a shame. I almost wish this was a 18+ set solely for that, just because I think they would have had some really cool information like they always include in 18+ manuals. But this one, you know, you just get right into the build, unfortunately. Still, at the end of the day, the manual, I always say, doesn't look as good as it used to. They've changed it to being these rendered images, especially on the playsets. So at the end of the day, it doesn't take away anything from the building experience. It just doesn't look as premium as it used to. Now quickly taking a look at the extra pieces included in the set. And as you can see, it's a rather small assortment, especially for a set of this size. But they definitely make use of all the pieces. And at the end of the day, this is nice to get added to your collection for free. Now take a look at the Marvel logo itself, and it looks really awesome. Like, they did a fantastic job, I have to say. And if you decide just to have it mostly displayed like this, as I'm sure a lot of people will, I think it still look great. Like, yeah, it's a Lego built Marvel logo. And at the end of the day, some people will be like, well, why do you get it if it's only that? Well, it has a lot of hidden detail or features that you can then show off. But on its own, I think this looks fantastic and was a lot of fun to build, I have to say. It was very interesting, all the techniques. Obviously on the inside, a lot of Technic kind of hidden away for the main play functionalities that we will now show off. So first thing you would do is, you know, pop up Iron Man just like that, as you can see, and he's ready to go. And then you have these 2 different sections. I'll show it off a little bit better in a moment, but basically you can push them at the same time, but just for simplicity, just pop it off, and you have the characters sort of burst through like they're bursting through the comic pages. So you have Black Widow and Iron Man, and then on the other side you have Thor and Hulk, as you can see, sort of slightly off to the side there. So definitely a lot of fun, as you can see. And looks really awesome, I have to say. Now you can get a sort of a sneak peek at some of the Technic inside and the plates that have actually fallen in. That I'll get out the way. Looking just like that, as you can see, a lot of different techniques sort of hidden away, but it works seamlessly, I have to say, and it looks fantastic. And just like, yeah, like, I absolutely love the concept of this set and think it's really cool. So to place the characters back in, you actually can just push one of their heads in to hide them away, and of course then you have to close up the set again, but that's very easy to do. Though when you press it in, these parts in, I do sometimes find some of the parts get compressed, so you have to kind of move them away and then quite simply place them inside again. So just to show that you can do it at the same time, you would just press right here. There are these 2 spots here. They're just like that, and they explode out, which is awesome. Now, as you saw there, Iron Man is not connected, unfortunately, and originally I thought I made a mistake. I thought he was meant to come out at the same time, but it's not. They weren't able to come up with a design that adequately worked, I guess, to have him come out at the same time. So he either comes out first or last, unfortunately there, and you have to do it sort of manually, which is still fine and still looks pretty good, as you can see, but just would be nice being able to, if it was all in one motion, you know. Take a look at our first minifigure. We have Iron Man, and he looks fantastic here. I'm not sure which version of his suit it is meant to be, but it has the triangle little arc reactor, so obviously meant to be after Iron Man 2. Looks pretty awesome, I have to say. And of course does have a Tony Stark head underneath of him in fighting mode, and then also, him, just smiling and smirking. You don't get an extra Lego hairpiece for him though, so generally you'll just keep his helmet on. Next up we have Hulk, and he looks pretty awesome. Definitely a newer Hulk design, and obviously not a Hulk Big Fig, which would be more accurate, but just wouldn't fit. So it's kind of almost surprising that they went with Hulk instead of Hawkeye, just for that case alone. But I actually really like it, and I think it looks pretty awesome. You do have an angry Hulk face on the back there. No leg printing, which is fine. And yeah, he looks pretty good. Next up, we have Captain America, aka Steve Rogers, and he looks pretty awesome. This one looks very awesome with his, torso print. No leg printing or arm printing again, which is a bit unfortunate. But at the end of the day, he still looks pretty good. He does have his face print with the chin strap, and then one without. Again, no extra hairpiece included, so you're better off just keeping the regular head on, or the cowl on him. Moving on to Black Widow, and she definitely, with Tony Stark, is probably some of the most detailed figures in the set, just with the fact that they have arm or leg printing, and also has a nice Lego Space Police pistol, meant to represent a regular gun, obviously. She does have nice back printing as well, and of course also has a double-sided face, which looks pretty good there. And lastly, we have Thor, and he looks good, and what's great is they gave him the cloth cape. They didn't give him that stupid plastic cape because he wouldn't be able to fit him on the stand if he had the other cape. So great that they didn't screw that one up, I have to say. And you can see he does have back printing, which looks pretty awesome. No leg printing as well, but does have a double-sided face of him, just being happy Thor there versus angry lightning Thor. At the end of the day, do I think Hawkeye's missing? Yes, I have to say yes, especially since all the other main Avengers from the first Avengers film. And don't get me wrong, like, this is meant to represent both the comics and the movies, as they have Infinity Saga on the box and Avengers logo. So that's obviously what they're going for, is a mix of both being represented. So, but at the end of the day, I get why they couldn't include him, because there's really no room to add another spot for him to jump out, and you already had the one where you manually pull out Iron Man. So it shows they were, in my opinion, trying to find different ways, but they couldn't at the size that they wanted the set to be. I still think they should have included him anyways, and just found some way to have him displayed. Or some other character like would be displayed on the front. Maybe it's Captain America, and then you have Hawkeye be one of the ones popping out, for instance. That's personally what I think might have made a little bit more sense, because he just does feel like exclusion, just for the fact that they have the other 5 Avengers characters. Now, as you can see, it is a very interesting design for how you place your characters on the stand, as you have studs on the bottom, but also on the back. So you're meant to line it up so your characters sort of are fully locked in place, just so when they pop out of the set, they don't, fall off at all. So it's a really cool design that they did here, and definitely something I haven't seen Lego do before. So that's pretty cool, and very easy to have your characters go back in. As you can see, like, it's not an issue at all. And really the only one that doesn't really get that is Iron Man, as he just sits on the studs himself. And as you can see, ready to go. And like I said, very easy to put the set back together. And what's nice is, as you saw, Iron Man goes in, so if you go either way, like, generally it's easier to go from the top one, so we'll do Thor, and Hulk goes in at the same time. Just like that, you cover up the top of the set. And then just to show how these pieces here are connected, you have this one little piece here that's basically fits inside that clip right there. And same for the other side as well. The LEGO Marvel logo, to me, is a top tier LEGO set. Even with the inclusion or exclusion of Hawkeye considered, I still think this is a must pick up for any Lego Marvel, Lego MCU fan, just in general. Like, I think this is fantastic. It's a really unique little design, and the fact that it includes the 5 figures here is still really good. Especially with rumors that they're doing a Star Wars logo that will have absolutely no figures. This set, though, fantastic, must pick up in my opinion. Let me know your thoughts on the Lego Marvel logo in the comments down below. Have you guys picked up the set, or are you planning to? Let me know. Please like and subscribe if you have enjoyed, and have a great day, everyone.